We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. Our ceremonial product today comes courtesy of Roger Damps, the Heat Ambassador over at Burn Your Tongue, with locations all along I-15 in Utah, as well as online at www.burnyourtongueonline.com. We raise our flame to Roger in honor. Burn Your Tongue is an official Temple of Flame and is constantly adding new items to bring you the biggest and best selection found anywhere. So head on over for the best chili head shopping experience the world has to offer.
And what this is from Charman, it is the Fiyaberry hot sauce. Or, I guess you could pronounce it Faya. More like fire. Fia is not, however, a Norse word. And here we have a lengthy bit of commentary about Freya, which is a Norse god. And the fruit in here is strawberry, which was, according to the lore, one of her preferences. So they're saying they're making a sauce in her name, but maybe as a muse. I guess this is meant to be Freya here on the label, but the Fiyaberry, I think they're going for Fireberry. It's an interesting connection, I guess. And they went with the Moruga Scorpion, and this is a pretty punchy sauce. Like, this is a sauce that will do well, of course, to remind people that the Moruga Scorpion at one time, Trinidad Moruga Scorpion at one time, was the world's hottest prior to being bounced by the mighty Reaper. So, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll come back to the ingredients here. But you can see it. It's like a strawberry preserve that's been, I guess, more liquefied. But you can see it does tend a little bit towards orange there at the edges. Very pretty sauce. Let's set that aside and look at the ingredients here for a second, because I forgot to do that. I've filmed a lot of these videos. You'd think I'd remember by now. Anyway, it's good to shake things up. So we've got strawberry preserves. We've got the scorpion peppers, which is Moruga scorpion peppers, salt, and citric acid. And red wine vinegar, sort of rounding things out. Red wine, I've said this in a few other reviews. I don't know that red wine is a very good vinegar to be putting in stuff. Here it's kind of interesting, though, because they're pairing it with the fruit. Okay, so we've got the levels here. So this is really cool. So this actually doesn't mean anything, but this one is about 4 ounces, but you can see the gap here. They don't actually have this correct to the ounces, and I did a short. You guys can see that in the random playlist if you want to see, because I actually measured out 5 fluid ounces. I think this is a really cool idea. But they're calling this half full or half empty, so you go from more or less 4 to 2.5. 5 ounce bottle, this would be about the 2.5 point. We've got added to your grocery list, which is really funny because this is not in grocery stores, at least none that I've been to. And the very last one is Panic. So this is a cool label. I like this verbiage is nonsense to me, given how much time I've spent with the mythologies and so on. So this copy is kind of nonsense. I like this label a lot. It's very clean. It's very slick. You know immediately what you're getting. You can see the sauce. Here's the stripe, the visibility stripe. I talk about this. I've talked about it in a lot of other videos. This is a smart move. They're doing a lot of really, really smart things over here at Charman. All right. They're putting the heat level at 9 out of 10. No, I wouldn't necessarily say that is the case either. But there's a lot. See, this is excellent label design. You're getting a lot of information, a lot of it, but it is designed and laid out so well that none of it's not everything coming at you at once. It's not like an information overload. It's all compartmentalized. The ingredient panel is legible. This is a gorgeous label design. This actually might be one of the best labels that anyone has ever done. For you people that care about that, obviously I do, because I keep yammering on about it. But if other people do too as well, this is an outstanding example of what to do. And the color scheme here actually works really well. It didn't work very well, particularly on the Dos Locales, but on this label, this is flawless. There's nothing I would change other than the kind of weird copy about the Norse mythology, but that, as far as legibility and all that design layout, it's perfect. Okay, let's get to the hot sauce, shall we? Yes, we shall. Wow. Okay, so we get an initial hit of strawberries, as you'd expect. But then we get this blast furnace of the scorpions, and the vinegar actually works pretty well here. So red wine, I think, actually is a pretty solid choice. Definitely, this is very punchy, but the problem is that there's a sort of bittery, floral nature to the scorpions. That's the thing I'm left with right now, not the strawberries. So I like the idea of a really hot strawberry syrup. I don't think that the scorpions were the right pepper here. I don't think they're a good flavored pepper. And I think that is the biggest drawback to using them here. You're using a pepper that, for me personally, is not one of the better flavored super hots out there. I think Reaper would have been kind of interesting here. That there's that bit of sweetness. Or you could have gone the other direction, more of a smoky thing with the ghosties. 7 Pot I've seen used a lot, and I think if you do that judiciously, because that one's a scorcher as well. If you do it judiciously, that can actually work pretty well. Scorpion, I'm not sold on. There's quite a while I was trying to purposely avoid scorpion sauces, and I'm not really, I wouldn't say at that point now, but that is not my first choice, not my first preference as far as peppers go. And if there's too much of a scorpion flavor to it, I don't find the sauce super palatable. So this one's kind of a mix as far as flavor for me, I think. But I mean, it definitely, like you're going to be very aware that you're experiencing a super hot with this. The other thing that's kind of interesting is the scorpion peppers, the salt and the citric acid, just kind of in there. This is not a super sweet sauce. It's not as sweet as you would expect starting with strawberry preserves. So, and a lot of that has to do with the punchiness, I think, of the scorpions, but also the red wine vinegar is dialing that down a bit. So, by complete random chance, I found these, which are Eggo grab-and-go Liege-style waffles. I didn't even know that these existed. They were in clearance. They were in the clearance bin in the frozen section. I thought, hey, what the hell? In for a penny, in for a pound. Why not? I spent $2 on stupider stuff before, I can tell you that. Okay, and one of the things that this says, a couple things it mentioned on the website. One is pork. I did not like this on pork. I've already tried that. And on ice cream. And it's, you know, that's kind of the weird area is like, what do you do with this? Because it's too hot to be like a really good dessert sauce. It's not quite sweet enough. It's way, way too hot for that. So trying to figure out where to actually go with this. Yeah, it's too hot to use as a grill sauce as well. So here's the idea, is I'm going to try it by itself on the waffles, and then I'm going to try it with ice cream, just ice cream, and then on the other one with ice cream and this, and just kind of see if I can find where the beauty of this lies. The idea with these waffles is that you're supposed to just be able to thaw them out and eat them. I can see why they're in clearance because it's a goofy concept, but anyway, let's give it a whack. So they're a touch sweet to begin with. The waffles are not as sweet as you would expect either, actually, oddly enough. All right, we'll throw an ice cream on here. And hey, come here. What if we throw an ice cream on here? All right. Just a Kroger Artesian Vanilla Bean. This one is not as good as the Private Selection one. However, it was, I think, on sale for like $1 or $2. And you can't beat that with the bat. The Artesian Vanilla Bean is not bad. That's actually the other one I get as well. The Vanilla Bean. And they're, not to tell a family secret, but finding an ice cream you can eat a bunch of fairly rapidly is sort of a good life raft if you're eating really, really crazy hot stuff and you feel like you might be on the verge of calf cramping. The beauty, of course, is that the TRPV1 receptors measure temperature, so if you hit them with something that instantly is going to drive down the temperature, you can get a bit of relief. For me, the ones I'm not worried about the ones in my mouth ever. It's always the ones, the abdominal calf cramping for me is the one I really want to avoid because that sucks. Gastrointestinal is not great either, but the abdominal one for me is the worst. So when you look at people getting ready to puke, it's generally because of that. All right, so it was better here with the waffle, the hot sauce, and then just a plain ice cream. This one we've got the ice cream dolled up with the Fiyaberry. I kind of wish I had whipped cream. That's really what I wanted with these, but I don't have any, so it's going to have to be ice cream. There's bits of pearl sugar in here. This is quite good. I haven't tried it with ice cream just by itself. I should do that. First of all, let's doll that up a little bit. You got a little grace window here that right before the scorpions come bearing down. Alright, let's do this. Let's just try it just on ice cream pie. Okay, come on. By itself. Okay, spoonful ice cream.
It's not bad. It's a bit odd. It reminds me just a little bit of the Sea Monster had their strawberry, their hot strawberry sauce. It reminds me of that actually, only it's a lot. Because it's super hot instead of having narrow, it's a lot more forceful and aggressive. But you know what's interesting is scorpions and ghosties don't ever really give me abdominal cramping. It's almost always just the reapers. Unless my tolerance is way high. And like I've said before, reapers will come back on you. The only pepper that does that, the pepper actually I've tried that hasn't done that. Apollo, nope. It's just the reapers. This is getting a good strong blaze though. I just wish it didn't have that scorpion flavor. It's actually kind of ruining the sauce for me. I mean, sure you can say, hey, he's found a way to make reapers taste or scorpions to make them taste halfway decent. Chug. Right. All right. It's a decent enough blaze, I guess. I mean, it's not too overwhelming. Definitely, this is chili head only material, though. This is a very, very punchy sauce. I think I gave it a 3. I'd say actually it's more of a 3 pushing 4. Actually, maybe even just a 4 outright. If you click the link below in the description, you can go to the written review. I think I gave it a 4. Right now, I'd say it's a 3 pushing 4, but I think I gave it a 4 just because, like, you can get a really good build on this if you keep going with it. It's a little hard to eat for me. I wish there was more strawberries and a lot less flavor component wise, a lot less of the scorpion peppers. I do like the heat level. The heat level is very nice. I'm happy to see a dessert sauce that actually is this aggressive. I just wish the flavor of the scorpions didn't come with it. But I think this would be, I mean, strawberries seem like they could be fun to play around with a little bit. And, you know, if you like scorpions better than I do, you know, maybe you'll find this sauce more favorable. I mean, it's not bad, certainly. By no means is it bad. But I do wish a bit that the heat of the scorpions is great. The flavor of the scorpions, not so much. So I was thinking here, if you're going to make a sundae with ice cream, you could get like some of the thing about Inferno's chocolate that I think I've now pinpointed that I sort of, it's too sweet for me, but also there's a very specific flavor to it. I'm pretty sure it's the scorpions because I'm getting some of that reference here now, a bit in the flavor. Yeah, scorpions. Yeah, but anyway, you could use this. You could get
There is some hot blueberry sauces out there. You could get, you could melt down one of the hot chocolates, get one of the bars from Willie Pete maybe, one of the hotter ones. You could have yourself a really interesting chili head sundae with the ice cream, and then kind of see how the ice cream compares against, you know, the dueling super hots. That actually sounds like fun. I should maybe I'll do that in a future video. Maybe if I decide I'm ever ambitious enough to melt down chocolate bars, I guess. So don't hold your breath on that one. But if somebody else wanted to do it, I think that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. Maybe your Trier or somebody like that will do it. But anyway, yeah, the Fiyaberry is, like I said, it's kind of a mixed thing for me. I like the strawberries. I like the heat. I don't love the scorpion flavor. And that is kind of the drawback here for me. And unfortunately, it's I think kind of a big one. I'm sad to say. But definitely, it's probably one of the hotter dessert sauces I've had. And, I mean, it's not horrible. It's just not something I'm super interested in eating a lot of all the time. Just because that scorpion flavor is not one I find hugely palatable. So, but I think whoever made this definitely worked in the red wine vinegar very nicely. And I think this is actually one of the settings where the scorpion comes across the best. But I just think it would have been better to use a different super hot. So I guess we'll leave it there. That was the Charman Fiyaberry hot sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.